Hey everybody. We have a little bit of change of plans tonight. Unfortunately, Lisa is sick, so let's send her some good thoughts and for healing. So what we're going to do, which is super exciting, is that we're going to do a little bit of Google Hangout training with Colin because she is the pro. She's the one that taught me how to do this, and she's been doing a little bit of training with some of the rest of the team. Plus, she trains many teams all over. So this is going to be a big treat for you guys. She's a rock star for sure. She's also on our team. She's just kind of learning how to use the oil, so that's pretty exciting. So she's with us all the way around. So I'm pretty excited about that. And so we have LaTarran with us. For those of you that don't know, LaTarran is my daughter, and I'm proud to call her my daughter. And so she has been with me from the very beginning, and which has been very exciting to be able to have someone that I love on this journey. She's the one that trusted me first, so that's pretty cool. And Corinna is my sister. So she is the other one that trusted me and has been with me from the beginning. And so we're kind of a family affair. And then we just included all of you because this does become a family affair. It's been an amazing journey for us. And I'm super blessed and super grateful to have all of you with us. A little bit about what we're doing is that we are in Salem, Oregon. We've been here for almost a week. We are actually staying with team members, which is Christy and Jeff Jackman, and they are amazing hosts. We had a little team open house, little get together on Saturday with Dana and Heather, and we got a chance to meet some other team members, so that was pretty exciting. And so I am gonna turn it over to Colin, and then when Colin is done, this is gonna be pretty informal. So when Colin's done sharing her words of wisdom, then we're gonna have some Q&A. So this is your chance to be able to ask whatever question that you want. It's pretty much open forum, so go for it.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for letting me join you. And yes, thank you for teaching me about some different oils, because a little while ago I was yawning and I was taught some good concoctions as far as to help my energy level. So I appreciate it. We were giggling before mixing oils, and I was enjoying that. So thank you. And as far as let's see. Now, just really quickly, since I'm kind of behind the scenes right now, on my screen, I am not showing up on my end. So has anybody blue boxed through our team page a certain screen? Who are you guys seeing speaking right now? Are you seeing me speak? Awesome. Very good. Thank you, ladies. I just wanted to make sure. And that's another thing with training. So it can also depend when you are on a Google Hangout that is live being broadcasted or a video call. Sometimes it won't pick up different faces. So Romi, I think you are muted, but I would like to ask you, what would you like me to talk about as far as Google Hangout training? Would you like me to teach people how to make a brand page? Would you like me to teach them how to schedule a Hangout if they already have a page? What would you like? I see shakes, but I don't hear anyone, so please feel free.
I actually think that some just real basic stuff, how to schedule a Google Hangout, how to actually get on a Hangout. You know, some people try and get on with their phone, some people try to get on with their computer, maybe some tips and tricks as far as what works best. I know for me, I have found that when I'm on a Hangout, I try and shut down most applications because it helps with the streaming. So just little things like that. If you want to go into starting a brand page, you can, but I think for right now, just really some of the basics might help help people to feel more comfortable joining us as we're doing this, and then be more comfortable to do their own with their team, to be able to communicate in that way, because I think it's a pretty powerful way to communicate.
Okay, awesome. So let me see. I'm going to do this. Let me see if I can screen share. And ladies, please do me a favor. When I screen share, I want you guys, because I won't be able to see you, I want you guys to still interact with me, please, so I don't feel like I'm here alone going, hello, hello, hello. So let's see. Right now, what do you see, ladies? And I hear no one speaking. Interesting. There.
I see a listing, and I see Romi, and then our faces flash across as we speak.
Okay, and I have started to screen share, so I'm curious. And hey, we'll wing it if things go wrong and hiccup right now. So I have actually hit screen share. So are you seeing my screen at all, my Google Plus account?
Yes.
Okay, so do you see my mouse moving on the left up and down?
Yes.
Awesome, and I truly appreciate interacting, because like I said, since I can't see you, imagine I could just be just rambling on over here after my my concoction of citrus and peppermint and not know it. So and hopefully you guys are giggling back there. But right now,
yes, we are.
Excellent.
I was nodding my head.
Okay, good. Good. Let me back up for just a moment and explain just to a few of you here. A lot of times when I teach people about Google Hangouts, what I am teaching is teach people how to create a brand page, like Romi initially said, you know, Colin, we're not going to really do that. But I've been training people how to start a Google brand page so they can broadcast to their teams, and that is what we have done with Romi's Rockstars. We created a brand page, and for some of you, you're actually viewing us through the Google brand page, or you may, or some people know how to view us through the YouTube link. But what we've done is we've created a Google brand page for Romi's Rockstar. And it's a meeting place. It's another social site where we can post different things, stuff about the team. But what's great about using Google Hangouts is that it can archive your video Hangouts, your interaction this way. You can do a Google Hangout or a video call. Now, a video call does not archive to your YouTube channel the way a broadcast such as this does. So there is a difference. Some people are like, I thought I was recording, but it's if you were on a video call. A video call will not prompt you when you start the Hangout to accept you are going live. You're going to be recorded. It comes when you do live recordings. It comes with a lot of things as far as you realize you're going to be live. You've got to accept it, what have you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to try to create something through my personal page and not through a brand page. So bear with me as I do this. So feel free, ladies, to interact or talk while I'm doing that, and hopefully you are starting to see my Google Plus page. And right here is my profile in Google. So I'm going to click on this home right here and hit profile. Now this is my Google brand page as far as I have 3 different profiles, one that I use for business, two for personal, and one for business, all the different email accounts. But this is the one that I have created different videos and things with my YouTube channel. But this is my Google page. I'm not advertising myself, but just to merely show you the different medium versus your own Facebook page. So this is what a Google brand page looks like. And if some of you already have a YouTube channel, what people don't realize, if you have a YouTube channel, you already have a Google Plus page. And if you have a Google Plus page, it means you already have a YouTube channel. And a lot of people don't realize that. If you have a Google Plus account, you automatically already have a YouTube channel. So it's pretty cool. I always go back to this little button right here, this toggle down on the left, right here where it says Home. So we're going to go to Hangouts. Now, the trick is, or the key is, since I'm not walking us to the steps as far as how to create a brand page and whatnot, and I've already connected my Google Plus to my YouTube and done some verifications, so I apologize that I don't have those steps to show you right off the bat here. But right up here, and ladies, are you with me still on the Hangout?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. I just want, like I said, make sure that someone's there because I can't see you as I'm working my screen. So right up here, you'll see how it says Home, Hangouts on Air, and Video Hangout. And like I said, a video hangout is just more like a video call between you and your friends. You know, I can call Romi and just want to chit chat with her, and it does not archive the video. It doesn't record anything. Right here is Hangouts on Air. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to create a Hangout on Air. So I could just, you know, I could say, you know, testing with the ladies, or whatever I want to title my Hangout, or team training. You know, this event is for team training, or what have you. I can start the Hangout now, or I can schedule it later. And I'm going to show you something on later. There's different mediums as far as doing, you know, people have heard of WebEx or other video recording processes out there, or software. I like Google Hangout because right here there's some things that are well, first of all, it's free. But right here, as far as the duration, when I put a duration for my Hangout, I can say an hour, 30 minutes, or what have you. But when I actually start the broadcast, let's say I only scheduled it for 30 minutes, but my Hangout actually goes for an hour or an hour and a half. This medium will not shut off. There are certain tools out there that if you've set it for 30 minutes, it's going to automatically shut off your recording, and you're like, what the heck just happened? I'm looking for that archive in its entirety, and it's not there. So I like this. What this duration here is here for, it's more for you to show your team or people that you're planning a Hangout on Air with, so they know the time that you think your event's going to last. So I can schedule this for today, tomorrow, next week, what have you, and let's say I scheduled it for next week, you know, on Monday at 7 o'clock in my time zone. And just so you realize, as far as my time zone, it's already acknowledged where I have logged in at, that it realizes I'm in PST zone, in which I believe you guys are in Mountain. And so it should, in theory, recognize that you're in Mountain. But what's nice is if I schedule this for a different date and I decide I want to start the broadcast tomorrow or right now, I can do it. It's not set in stone for that exact date. It's more for you to show your audience, this is the day I want you to tune in, and this is the time that I think the event's going to last. One thing about a Hangout on Air, if you are doing this for a team, say, such as Romi's Rockstar page, I have, you know, let them know, because not everybody uses Google+. A lot of people use Facebook. So they're used to only being connected with the friends that they have selected to be connected with on Facebook. With Google+, not everyone is using Google+. So if I was to cross this off and not have my Hangout be public, the only way that people that could see this broadcast is I would actually have to type in their email or their Google+ profile to get them to be able to view it. No one else would be able to view it. So when we do things with Romi's Rockstar, I've suggested leave it on public, and then it will create a URL so everybody can see it, because like I said, not everybody in Romi's Rockstar has a Google+ page or has access to that, and we want everyone to be able to enjoy the show. Does that make sense, ladies, or am I confusing you?
It makes sense.
Okay, yep. Good. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to make this, we'll make it for tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Can we just tell everybody that on the left-hand side of their page, if they scroll over a little bit and the arrows will come up, they'll get all of those tools, and they can go ahead and hit the blue chat box up on the left, up on the upper left side, and then they can post questions and stuff while you're going through. Is that okay?
Well, actually, I just took it off screen share. Go ahead, please. This is interactive. Go for it. They're watching us. Go ahead, and then I'll go back to that, because I wasn't following you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I just figured that if they can go ahead and open up that chat box on the left-hand side, then they'll be able to post those questions, because otherwise they can't interact to ask the questions. Okay. Take it away. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. So right now you should actually be seeing a screen share of you guys right now, because I haven't. Yes, it's kind of interesting when you see yourself again. You're like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Yeah.
But if you are joining us on the Hangout and watching us, there should be a way for you to open up the chat button right here. Is that what you were referring to?
Yes, please.
They can do that here. Also, since they're on a broadcast, the Q&A could possibly be on the event. Maybe one of you, while we're doing this, can go check the actual Google Plus page and see if anybody's interacting there as well. Just don't have the
Okay.
sound. Just don't have the sound up for the event, because all of a sudden you're like, why am I hearing us in stereo? And I've done that. I've been on a live recording and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I hearing myself? Oh no, I have the event running on the other tab. So
Whoops.
it's always fun when things go wrong when you're doing a show, because you, number one, you prove you're human, but then you can teach from the error side as well. So hopefully, if my screen sharing is working, we are back to where it says Hangout on Air. Is that correct, ladies?
Yes.
Awesome. So I've labeled what my event's going to be, out of what's going to be titled, and this is where you can say a little spiel about what your Hangout's going to be about, whatever you want to put, or you can leave it blank. It's fine, but at least give it a title. And I've left it on to public because I want anybody to be able to join us on this Hangout right now. So what I've done is, by hitting share, that has told anybody that I'm connected with on Google that I'm going to be doing a Hangout on Air tomorrow at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And so it's also created right here on the top of my screen. It's created its own landing page, if you will. So it's pretty cool. So now anybody that's connected to me and that's following me is letting me know, or it's letting them know, hey, Colin's going to have an event. I can go in and delete it later, but that's what happens when you're connected on Google Plus side. It's a little bit different than on Facebook, like when you would create an event on Facebook. So let's say you wanted to broadcast to your team or to your family or whoever you're wanting to do a Google Hangout on Air with. You need to hover right here. It'll say the details. You're going to click on this right here. It says links. And I'm just going to click in this box where it says event page. And that URL, that you would copy it, and that's what you would go paste into a team page. You can say, hey, join us live, just like we've done with Romi's Rockstar, and we've provided you with the URL for you to join us and watch us live and interact with us that way on the chat. Now, one thing I want to let you know is this URL, this address right here, does not provide the people that you would like to join like we are right now. Let me come back here, and you should be seeing you again, all of you ladies. The link that I just showed on our Google Plus page event does not provide the link for people that you would like to join as a guest on the film strip down below, like you see all of us. This is merely the link that you would provide to people that you would like to view your event. How you get the link to invite people to be a part of your panel is completely different. Now, one thing I like to recommend to people when they're doing a Google Hangout or setting it up or inviting people in is, if you are connected with your guests by chance on another medium such as Facebook chat, Google Plus chat, something, because sometimes there are hiccups and things that can go wrong, or all of a sudden we don't hear the sound, or hey, we lost that person, or hey, your mic is frozen, or your picture's frozen. It's always a good idea to have another medium to chat with people. So I like to have Facebook open, but with that being said, I use Facebook Messenger as a chat tool. Just be in mind that or pay attention, know that a lot of times different tabs that we have open to communicate make different audible sounds. So just know that, it's good to have a medium to communicate, but just know that there could be some sound along with it. Hopefully that makes sense.
Okay, we have a couple of questions.
Yay!
Let me get back to the questions, because Alicia has a question. Let me see.
Who is this girl that's rambling? Is that what she asked?
No, it says when Google generates it says when Google generates a link, can that link be uploaded to YouTube?
When Google, okay, let me see if I can answer her correctly, and then hopefully she will interact and let us know. That's a great question. So right now we are on a Google Hangout. We are recording, and right now I'm circling over this live button. Now remember, I'm screen sharing what I'm seeing on my screen, so if it gets a little confusing for the viewers, like, wait a minute, what? I'm hovering over this. This lets me know that we are broadcasting live. Now once we are done with the recording, since we are what they like to call, let me stop screen sharing for just a second. Since we are, like if we were in Hollywood, they call it the green room, where people would prep to get ready to go on stage. Google Hangouts, that's the terminology that they use. Like earlier, before we decided to broadcast live, we were in what we call the green room. We were talking about, okay, this is what we're going to review, this is what we're going to do, let's get ready, and then we do a countdown and go live. So once we decide to end this broadcast, what will happen is in just a few seconds, Google will communicate with YouTube, and it generates, and it's archived over there, and then you can create a link, a URL, to turn around and share with people. Here's a copy of our Hangout. Here's a copy of our video. So I'm not sure if that's what answering her question or not. So, and my lemon's gone. My lemon and peppermint's gone.
Do some more.
Let's in the other room, ladies.
Uh-oh. Let me see if she asked another one. I'm sorry, I'm switching back and forth between the two.
But that's
okay.
but actually, this is good that this is happening right now, because look at what it takes to run a Hangout. Now, I could do a Hangout by myself and broadcast, but A, it's not as fun. But B, look, you work as a team. Okay, you go get the questions, and then we can interact over here, and then let's go back. So it does make it more fun, but it's also more productive versus going, okay, wait, what did they ask? And then so it's a great idea to have someone on as a team.
Well, and she said that she ended up going through the YouTube link, so it was a little bit different. Okay. So I'm not sure.
Now that's great. Let me go back and show you something, because we've had some hiccups. Some people with Google Hangouts, there's been hiccups on the medium that they're using, whether they're using an iPhone, whether a Droid, or different mediums to view it or to be a part of the event. We've seen different hiccups. Also glitches just with, just in life here. Sometimes it's really hard to understand why people are having that problem. So sometimes when we are on a Hangout and we're broadcasting live, I'll go back and check our fan page on Facebook with Romi's Rockstar, and someone will say, I can't see it. And I'll go, okay, hold on, and forgive me, I use this, my grandma's phrase, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and I'm not into skinning cats, but there's always another way to do something. So what I will do when someone says they can't view it through the Google page is I'll grab this whole link for YouTube and then copy that and go paste it on my page or on Romi's Rockstar. Here, try this link to see if you can view it, and people have been successful. Now, and yes, it does look different on YouTube. Just if you were to go to YouTube right now and watch a video, the whole interface looks completely different. YouTube looks completely different than a Google Plus page. You can view it there, but you cannot interact there on a Q&A through the YouTube channel. Okay, so now.
So she clarified her question, and she was wondering if after you hold the class, can you then upload it to YouTube? And if I'm not mistaken, that automatically uploads because we're on Hangout Live. Is that correct?
You are a rock star, sister. You got it right.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Yes.
That's because of your training.
Oh. But we've all been trial and error, okay? We're in this together. But yes, it automatically archives it, absolutely. And that's the beauty of using this medium, that you don't have to worry about, okay, then I got to take this from here and put it there, but we are broadcasting the public. Now, one thing I've noticed, some people who do not have a Google Plus account, they will see the link that we provide in our Rockstar page, like we've invited people to view us this evening. Hey, join us on this link at this time, come and join us. And what they'll do is, I can't recreate it because I'm the one that's done it, but what I've seen people do is, let me see if I can open up another browser really quick. I'm going to go incognito. I'm going to open up another browser, so hopefully you will see Chrome. Do you see Chrome right now where it says you've gone incognito?
Yes.
Awesome. That's what I want to test. And the reason I did that is I want to, and this is a little bit high tech, so don't sweat it if you're not following why I'm doing that. But I just want to create a medium for the system to not recognize that it's me, my internet. So what I want to show you right here is what I was talking about, that I've seen some hiccups happen, is people will click the link that we've posted in Facebook, but they do not have a Google Plus account. Now, what I've seen people do, now notice up here how it says sign in right here, and the black bar, it says join Google.
Yes.
Okay. The reason it's saying that is it's saying, hey, wait, you haven't signed into any Google accounts, but you don't have to have a Google Plus account to view a Hangout on air. Let me repeat myself. You do not have to have a Google Plus account in order to view a Hangout on air. What you do have to have a Google Plus account for is if you want to interact with the Google Plus Live Hangout. So what I've seen people do, now watch what happens, pay attention to my screen. I'm going to say, are you going to watch? And I'm going to say yes. Boom, it's saying you've got to sign into Google now. And now people are like going, hey, wait a minute, I can't see the Hangout. What's going on? And that's caused some problems because people just want to go, yeah, I'm going to be here, but they don't have a Google Plus account, so they can't. So if they don't have a Google Plus account, I just tell them, just watch from this landing page and just hit this event and watch it. Does that make sense, or do I need to clarify that to any of you ladies that are on the panel with me?
No, it makes more sense, and it makes it really nice.
Okay. Because
I'm not sure that I could explain it again, but it made sense. How's that?
Gotcha. And no, I appreciate that but see, let's see what happens if I click no. See, anytime that you select if you're going to watch, so if you don't have a Google Plus account, but you want to just view the live Hangout, don't click anything. Just sit here and enjoy the show by hitting the play button. But if you would like to interact with a Hangout that is going to have, a question and answer session, it'll prompt you like it just did here to sign in, and it will also notify whoever is hosting the event that you're going to join. It will take account, if you will, on who's joining you for your event. But what's nice about these links, and hopefully we are back to my Google Plus page, what's nice about this is these links right here that you copy, you can send them out in an email. Hey team, or hey family, or hey coworkers, this is the link that you're going to need, and you can use it in a blast. Or if you're even more tech savvy, if you've noticed down below, there's actually a video embed if you had a website that you wanted to embed this broadcast to. But that's a little above me right now because I'm not running a website. But I know what this is intended for. So let's say you've scheduled this Hangout. Colin scheduled it for tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I realize, oh man, I made a mistake. I meant to say 6 o'clock. You can go right in here. I mean, not click on that person, but you can go right in here and see what it gives you different options. Guests can comment. Guests can invite other people. You can control what people can do. I can edit the events, or later after we do this training and we're done with the recording, I can go in and I can delete this event. So that is a nice tool. If you make a mistake, you can go in and edit the time and what have you, and then it recreates a URL for you. Let's see. Ask me some questions, ladies. Any questions about a broadcast? Because we're talking about doing a broadcast just through my personal page. I haven't talked about starting it, but do you have any questions for me so far?
I have a question for you.
Yay. Let me come back to you.
So if you don't want to invite anybody, or you don't want anyone to view it right away, you just want to be on air, have it recorded, is that possible, and still have it publicly viewed after you're finished?
Hopefully I can answer this correctly. If you want to do, like, say you and I just wanted to do a video, a broadcast, a Hangout on air, just between you and I, is that what you're referring to? Maybe just you and I do a training? Okay.
Yep.
Or just individually.
Or just, yeah, just like me talking to...
Kind of like a webinar almost.
Kind of, yeah.
You can do it. I think you'd have to invite yourself in another medium. But yeah, you can do that. But what you would have to do is remember on the event when I created it, I chose public to be able to view it. Right. I can go back and invite myself when I create that link. I've created a Hangout, and I can say select where it says to cross out for public and just invite myself possibly, or that one other person, and then you can record. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to go to your YouTube channel, and on your YouTube channel, you can actually make a video public, unlisted, or completely private.
Okay.
Now, for me to teach you how to completely make a private Hangout on air, there's a few different things, and but there's workarounds. But it is possible, because, for example, what if you wanted to go over some patents or things that you don't want the whole world to see? Some people go, well, I don't want to use Google Hangouts for that reason alone, because it's going to YouTube, and YouTube's public. Well, you can actually set the settings up behind the scenes in YouTube. There is a back door, if you will, and we can maybe do that on another training, and I'll show you how in-depth that is. But there's a workaround for a truly private Hangout. If you say, I just wanted to invite 5 people, and then we want to save it for business. The link didn't work, so they came through YouTube. Okay. I'm reading some comments now because I'm back over here on the thread.
So,
sorry, I'm like, what happened?
yes, you can post the questions on that question and answer, and I'll make sure that I keep checking, and we'll get them answered.
I'm hoping we're being productive. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit scatterbrained, but there are ways to make things unlisted for your videos or completely private. Absolutely. Like, for example, Mason and I, my son and I, we've made some silly videos, and I'm not ready for the world to see them just yet. So I'll make sure on the back end of don't laugh at me. On the back end of YouTube, I'll go back into the settings and actually change it to private until I'm ready for the world to be able to view it. Now, granted, the world's not going to really be looking for that video unless I've told them, go to my page, So there may be 1 or 2 random views, but that's nice that YouTube gives you that option to make things private for that reason.
Yes. And how do you add people to the panel like we have added?
Okay, let me screen share right now our Hangout on Air. So we have already started our broadcast, obviously. It has the live button here. Let me see there we go. Right now, I am moving my mouse around your face. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's very, very tiny, and it kind of makes you dizzy, but I did that for a reason. Now, if I stop moving my mouse for just a little bit, these screens on the left and on the top will go away. Do you see how they just disappeared? There was a black box above your face and to the left of you. I've had people go, Colin, I can't find the screen share button. I can't find it. And then I go, move your mouse around the middle of your screen, and it'll come right back. It pre-populates. It pops down right here, and it populates on the left. But I mean, I've even done that, going, I know it's there. Where is it? And I'm like, oh, I forgot to click in the middle of the screen. So let's see, we want to add people to it. Now, since I didn't start this Hangout, that's going to be something Romi has to do on her end, because we are running our broadcast through our team page. So Romi, do you want to screen share and show that? Because you have the controls. You're running this Hangout. You're the boss right now as far as this live broadcast.
Let's see here.
Does that make sense, Romi, that you are running it through your page, and that's why you have control? Okay.
Yep. So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, can you see up in here?
The black box that populated down from above. Yes.
Right. Right. So, wow, I hear an echo. Ooh, big time. So I click this right here. I click the share part, and then I just copy this, and then I'll close it, and then I just share that link in that way.
Now, remember when I was mentioning to have another medium open as far as communication, whether it's Facebook Messenger or a Google chat or something, it's a good idea, because now Romi can provide that, or whoever is hosting the event can provide that link, the host code, if you will, through Facebook Messenger, and say, here, jump on this way. If it's a last minute, hey, jump on, we're doing a Hangout, here's the link. Or let's say you've already scheduled this event in advance and you want to invite your panelists to be a part of this. And for next week, I want you to join us. Here is your link for you to join me on a Hangout. What I would recommend, now I'm going to, like I said, I'm a little bit all over the place here, but for someone that's never done a Google Hangout before, I would highly recommend practicing with your guests. Now, there's times where we don't have time to practice with our guests, and that's just the way things happen. However, there have been hiccups, echoes, different things that go wrong, people's bandwidth or their internet's not working, or they're not hardwired, or they're going through their Wi-Fi's and signals are squirrely. So it's always a good idea to go in and practice to get people familiar with the green room, if you will, how things work. What was fun is I ran a show a couple years ago every week, and I would do different interviews, and I wanted to be very respectful of my guests, my panelists. So it was hard for me to hush them up, and I'll explain why I said it that way. Because I've got a film strip here of people down below of us, okay? And we're broadcasting live, so Google recognizes that we are recording. So its settings go a little bit higher as far as, I'm going to make it a little bit brighter in here. Its settings go on a different medium as far as recording and sensitivity than it would just if we were on a video hangout just chatting amongst friends. It knows we're recording, so it's changed the settings. Well, I had someone doing this, and I'm like, can you hear that tappity tap tap? I'm like, so what Google recognizes for the Hangout is it'll switch, it'll toggle back and forth with who's talking and who's making noise. But here I am, I'm talking, doing my broadcast, interviewing, and then another panelist is over here just all jazzed. And we're like, the whole screen just went back to that person, but we're like, hello, we're over here, and you're trying to figure out who it is. So if you are the one running the Hangout the way Romi is right now, let's say Romi's decided, man, Colin, she's just a nuisance over there, I just want to hush her up. Romi has the control since she started the live Hangout. It's all the peppermint and lemon. But if Romi, in theory, wanted to mute me, she has the power because she is running it from her brand page right now. So whoever starts the actual broadcast has the power. I like to say that joke. You got the power. But you can, and that's a good thing that you can do that, because I had a hard time looking at the person. Shh. Because I didn't want to be disrespectful to these people. I'm like, dude, you're killing me, Smalls. It's you, you know. So you have the power to go, oh, it's that person. Then you could just kind of subtly unmute them when it's their turn to talk, you know, because you didn't want to. But it happens, and that's the beauty of jumping on a live Hangout. You know, I also tell people when they've never done a Hangout to prep their guests. Tell their guests, don't have your phone on vibrate. Have your phone on mute. Because Google's going to pick up the noises, okay? If you have Skype open, please close Skype. Unless you truly need it as another medium for business or something, close it down. Close down all your applications when you're going to run a broadcast, because it sucks the mojo. And I use slang hopefully to make you laugh, but so you can relate, because it sucks the mojo. It's not very ladylike, but it does, because it truly bogs your system down. And if you're not hardwired, and what I mean hardwired for your computer, if you're running off Wi-Fi, there's already another challenge, because maybe your neighborhood, everyone's streaming. So the odds are against you in the technology world at times, depending on your Hangout, and if you're hardwired or not, and if your computer, you know, may have a lot of things, it may be an old monster, and some people are like, I'm afraid to do a Hangout because my computer's old. It doesn't matter if it's old, but that's why you should test your system before. Some people say, well, I don't want to join a live Hangout because I don't have a camcorder. That's okay. You can still record your voice and interact. So there's always another way to skin the cat, if you will. So don't ever use that as an excuse to not be a part of a Hangout just because my computer died or my camera died. Things happen, you know. Or we're sick and we don't want people to see us without makeup or whatever. But you can still interact that way. So there's lots of fun to be had, and there's all kinds of workarounds, if you will. So please keep asking. I know I've been all over the place, so help me out so I can help you guys and your team, please. It's your fault for lemon and peppermint, so.
Lemon and peppermint rock.
Yeah. I just want to say real quick, as far as what Colin's talking about with, being afraid to do this. When Lisa and I first started talking about doing the Hangouts like this, and she told me that Colin was going to help her, I was like completely relieved. But I was like, this again was something that was new for me, and I was afraid to, well, what if I make a mistake, and it's, what are people going to think if I don't do it just right? And so it's cool to be able to do even something like this, where it's like, it's just very impromptu, it's informal, it's got great value, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I can't tell you the amount of Hangouts and different trainings that I've been on where there's usually glitches, or things don't run perfectly smooth all the time. And so this has been a great learning opportunity for me, and Colin has just made that a little bit, has alleviated some of that pressure for me. So if I highly encourage you to share this with your team, especially if you have people that you think are kind of hesitant to get on and do something new. And this is a great way to be able to connect with your team, and it's a great way to see that we're just like everybody else. And my hair sucks right now, and I'm tired, and
Hey,
people
you guys
don't have
the
to
memo
look
for the
perfect.
glasses. You were supposed to have the memo to put your glasses on. Romy and I got the memo, but yes, we're at home.
Yeah.
I have to go get them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that this is it's a great way to do it. It's just a fun way, and you just kind of relax, and if you make mistakes, you make mistakes.
On that note, and I'm an emotional creature. That's the way I'm wired. But let me just tell you something. The power of doing this and video, with makeup, without it, whatever, Hangout, just interacting and providing this kind of stuff. You have no idea the lives that you can touch through this medium. And people may sound, that sounds so cliche. No, really. The friends and the relationships that I have made through this medium alone is insane. Insane. I have reached out and cried to many people and opened up my heart and let people in, my family, in my son, in my life, through the power of using this. And you're like, really? Really? This is just so powerful, because it gets people, and bear with me here, I want to do business with people I know, like, and trust. And that's cliche within itself. It's a used phrase, but it's the darn truth. People may knock on my door to sell me stuff for solar or for different products, and I'll close my door and won't even answer because I don't know them. I know Romi. That's how I got interested in this amazing product. All different stuff. My vitamins, my different things that I take every day. And that was because of this medium. Before that, I didn't know Romi. I think we may have seen each other on social media, maybe interacted, we've seen a few people's posts, but I love Romi. I love the connections that I've made. I've used apps with different people that are on this Hangout. That's the power of using this tool, is that you get to make friends, you get to make great business connections. Oh yeah, well, Colin or that person may not be interested in this part of our business, but maybe something else. Oh, that person's a great photographer, or maybe this. And it's a great way to network as well. So I can get off on a tangent because I truly believe in this medium. It's huge. It's opened so many doors in so many ways, just by getting on here and getting to interact with people and go, oh yeah, well, I didn't know that, because I've learned from Romi. Romi taught me something about the host code that I was like, oh, that's how you do it that way? No way, and I'm like, thank you, but, and I know I get very animated because I was like, how did she do that? And I was like, you're kidding me, it was that stinking easy? Really? Really? So we learn from each other, and that's the beauty of the hiccups, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just go with it.
And just so you know, there's some feedback that people are really loving this. They don't exactly have questions, but they're really enjoying this.
Well, that's excellent. They're like, we're not following. She's hyper on lemon and peppermint. What the heck?
No, Colin, we love you. You're awesome and a great trainer.
Well, thank you. Thank you. But we can do more, as we've talked about doing this in the past. And so, I'm glad we were able to get in here and do this tonight. So if people on the team have questions on how to do things, because we didn't exactly go over starting the Hangout, because you can't start a broadcast within a broadcast, if you will. But we can always do an impromptu video Hangout and share things that way as well. So if there's any questions, I'm here. You can also message me through Facebook. I post on the team page as well.
I want to add
Awesome.
something to this. So I have developed I don't even know what you want to call it, but my whole thing right now is trying to figure out how to reach out to my team that want to do the business personally, going and personally doing classes for them, having that face-to-face contact as a leader with those team members that I haven't had a chance to get to. This is the perfect option for that. And it's free. You have no money invested in this other than your computer.
And your time. And just your time.
And your time. Yeah. And even if it's a 15-minute video chat to say, hey, how you doing? Do you have questions? Type of thing. It's still that face-to-face contact rather than spending the hundreds of dollars to fly someplace, putting on a class, and having no one show up, or just going and meeting with that leader and
think about it.
getting their questions answered.
Think about it. And I've seen it people have used the Google Hangout for broadcasting even on a big screen at a huge event. You can interact with your people that way. I mean, another cliche phrase, but the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit on how you can utilize this, really. You don't have to be. You can grow your business right from your kitchen table with this medium. You don't have to go spend gas money and go places, even though going places is fun and traveling. But hear me out on that. You don't have to. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's brilliant, and that's awesome that you brought that up. So, yeah, perfect.
Well, and I think it brings back, what you were talking about with the relationships and stuff. That's what we do. That's how our businesses are growing, is by building relationships and bringing value to people. And this is a great way to build relationships without having that physical touch. And then, then when you do end up being face to face with them, then it's like you feel like you already know them. Like with you, I can't wait to hug you.
Well, remember when we were at GoPro?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, it's you!
Yeah.
And this has been the medium how we became. It's you. So, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, there's just lots of really positive feedback in the question and answer. People are appreciating it. So, if anybody has questions, please post them. We are watching.
But we are almost to the hour mark, so if they don't have any more, we can go ahead and end this, and it will be archived, and then I will also put this on our team page in the files, and then also post the replay link on the page thread as well. So there will be one way or another they can get to it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Colin.
You're welcome. And hey,
you're awesome.
and I may yawn now because I'm mentioning it, but have you noticed I haven't yawned once since I did that?
You're a walking testimony.
Yes. Hilarious. I'm like, I haven't yawned at all. This is funny. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right.
Well, I just want to thank all of you for being here. This was I have to admit, we have had Corinna has been helping while we've been traveling and stuff, and there was a couple of times where it was like we weren't sure if it was gonna go, and because of Lisa and Curtis's traveling, and Corinna's like, well, let's just do a Q&A. Let's just do a Q&A, and I'm like, no, I'm afraid. And so, I think that there is always room for growth and stretch, and this has been really, really good for me, because it really, it was good. So thank you, Corinna. And thank you, Colin, for saving the day. You're awesome. And I just want to thank everybody for being on the panel with us and for joining this Hangout and interacting with us and asking your questions and just really being here with us, because without you, we would not be able to do what we do. And so I think it's really important for everyone on the team to really know their value. I value every single one of you. It doesn't matter what you do, just having you be with us is valuable for me. And I think that is number one for me. So I appreciate all of you. And with that, we will sign off and see you next week.
Awesome.
See you later.